Welcome to QuizWorld. Today, we're going to discuss an important topic: relationships between partners and family. Challenges and conflicts are inevitable in relationships. Are you ready for a discussion where everyone can contribute? We often find ourselves torn between two options. So, which one do you prefer? Well then, let's explore this important topic together. How do you regain your motivation after a failure story? By trying again, or by setting a different goal? How does the frequency and intensity of family conflicts affect you? Are you affected emotionally or physically? If your partner suddenly slapped you, what would be your initial reaction? Slapping back or calling the police? How do you draw inspiration from the failure stories of others? Is it a source of motivation or a demoralizing effect? How does a failure story affect you? Do you see it as a defeat or an opportunity to move forward? Have you ever called someone who felt guilty for breaking up with you and said, "Come back? Yes or no?" What do you think about the long-term effects of family conflicts? Do you tend to avoid them or confront them? What is your role in resolving family conflicts? Are you more of a mediator or do you prefer to stay away? In your family, who causes the most problems? Does your mother or father cause trouble? Which options do you prefer to achieve a goal? Do you pursue it honestly or by any means necessary? How do failure stories change you? Do they make you stronger or more timid? When you argue with your partner, who supports you? Your friends or family members? When your sister is subjected to violence by her friend, what do you do first? Do you talk or do you resort to violence? What do you do when conflicts arise during family meetings? Do you participate in the argument or prefer to remain silent? When you want to scream but can't, what would you do instead? Cry or run? When you urgently need money, who do you ask first? Your family or your partner? What do you learn from failed romantic relationships? Do you prefer to learn from your mistakes or just dwell on your failures? If you happen to see your close friend being attacked on the street, would you tell your friend? Yes or no? How do you feel about your partner's family members? Tell the truth. Is it love or hatred? How do your partner's family members behave when you succeed? Do they support you or do they not care? How does your partner's family behave when you make a mistake? Do they confront the mistake or do they overlook it? What are you ashamed of your partner learning about you? That you are poor or that you have committed theft? If you had to live together, who would you choose to live with? Your mother-in-law or your father-in-law? Who mostly demotivates you throughout the day? Your colleagues or your partner? If you had a partner who didn't want to get married, how would you treat them? Would you break up or would you argue about it? If your partner didn't want you to pursue a career, what would your preference be? Would you still pursue your career or would you choose love? If your partner told you they were in love with someone else, what would your preference be? Would you cry or would you get angry? If your ex-partner came begging to stop your wedding with someone else, what would you prefer? Would you leave or would you stay? What would you do if your partner put the house deed solely in their name? Would you congratulate them or would you cancel the deed? If you saw your partner stealing money from your bag, what would you choose? Would you call the police or break up with them? When a problematic situation arises, who would be the first to call you? Your family or your friends? If you were drowning at sea, who would come to your mind first? Your child or your mother? If If a fishbone got stuck in your child's throat while eating fish, what would you do first? Would you shout for help or cry? When you argue with your family for your partner, whom would you choose? Your loved one or your family? If there was a conflict between your friends and your partner, whom would you choose? Your friends or your partner? If you had to choose between your cat and your dog, which one would you give up? Your cat or your dog? If you were forced to choose between your beloved person and your dog, which one would you prefer? Your beloved person or your dog? If your landlord asked you to leave because of your pet, what would you prefer? Leaving the house or sending the pet away? Would you move out if you had a fight with your neighbor over your pet? Yes or no? What would you prefer to relieve tension at work? Quitting your job or keeping silent? Would you allow your family to take out a loan on the car? Yes or no? If you had a large debt to the bank, who would give you money without expecting anything in return? Your mother or your partner? If your ex-partner asked you for a loan after breaking up, would you prefer to give it to them? Yes or no? Did you ever beg your ex-partner not to leave you throughout your life? Yes or no? The one who hurt you the most throughout your life, was it your first love or your last one? If you had today's mindset, which of your past lovers would you not want to be with? Your first love or your last one? When you broke up with your first love, which emotion did you embrace the situation with? Was it sadness or depression? If you had your current mindset, would you give up on your partner because of the reason you broke up? Yes or no? I would leave immediately if my partner did what to me? Cheating or violence? Have you ever ended a relationship by using violence against any of your partners throughout your life? Yes or no? Thank you for joining QuizWorld. I appreciate everyone who participated in our discussion. Together, we delved into this topic deeply and had the opportunity to look at it from different perspectives. I look forward to seeing you all again at our next event. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like the video.